All right. Five, four, three.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our first session for today. We're going to be running 4 sessions, and I want you to remember that this is the beginning of something new for each and every one of you. We're going to be learning how to get back on our feet, to recognize that your past does not define you, and we are always going to be stepping forward, doing what we can to ensure that we are on the right track. Before we do any of that, the first thing we need to do is we need to look at our regulations, the expectations that we have for our group setting. So you would have been given, each of you, a form, and I'm sure that you would have read them over. However, for the purpose of having us all here, we're going to go through them. So the first thing is confidentiality. Remember that what happens here stays here, but also, most importantly, that your story is yours to tell. Just your story and your story alone. Also, we want to make sure that we are respecting each other's boundaries, respecting when other people speak. We give each person a turn to express themselves. We're going to take accountability for our words. We're going to use the word I as opposed to the word you. And also remember, there will be no gang-related or discriminatory or inflammatory speech. So we'll keep our speech above board. And we're going to make sure that there is physical and emotional safety for everyone here. Remember, this is an alcohol and drug-free space. So when you come, make sure that you are sober. A sober mind and a clear mind is a good mind and a perfect way to begin your steps back into society. And we want everyone to participate. We don't want anyone to feel as though they can't speak out. I want everyone to feel comfortable to doing that. And most importantly, let us all have a mind ready for growth. Growth is good. Growth is necessary. And if you want to give feedback to your fellow members, you can do that in a respectful way. That is not a problem. But with everything else, we have consequences for not following those rules. First, if you are not adhering to the rules, we're going to have a verbal reminder. If that doesn't work, then we're going to have a private discussion. And following that, you may either be permanently or temporarily removed from the group, because we are all about growth here. Okay? So, first thing I want from each and every one of you is to share your name, one strength you have, and one goal you want to achieve. Anyone can begin.
Well, I apologize. My child gave me a quick little verse. Forgive me if I cough.
That's okay.
My name is Elias Charles. Strength, hands-on person. Moving quickly, if anything has to do with my hands. And one of my goals is to build parental trust with my children.
Good. Anyone else willing to share?
My name is Mark Campbell. One positive thing about myself.
One strength and one goal.
I like helping people. And one goal, I just would like to get back to normal.
Anais and Mark, thank you so much for sharing.
My name is Carlos. My strength would be that I was willing to help other people. One of my goals would be I find that I'm so angry. I would like to come to a place where I am no longer so full of anger, where I can relate to people on a different level. Get me?
Thank you for sharing, Carlos.
Alex Greenidge. Um, I don't know any strengths about me, to be honest, because it's been a while since I've literally done anything. Um, but I just want, support, and I don't want to go back to jail. Not truth, but it is what it is, man.
Thank you for sharing, Alex. We appreciate you.
My name is Terrence Jones. Like Alex, my name strong, but I really prison ain't good. Ain't a good place now long about. In a good place at all.
Thank you for sharing, Terrence.
In charge. The only thing I could think of was that I used to be good at school. That's the only strength I got. And I guess I want to do better, but I don't really know.
Thank you for sharing. So what I'm hearing is that each and every one of you do have a particular goal in mind. You just don't want to go back. And it seems as though you're sharing a similar goal to Alex over here. And Aeneas, you seem to just want to be able to reconnect with your family. Yeah, that is good. And Mark, you would have mentioned, excuse me, that you just seem as though you don't want to be here. However, I'm hoping that at the end of it all, that this community would be one that would be a little bit more welcoming for you. Thank you so much, Carlos. I know it took a lot for you to say what you said. Now, my question to each and every one of you this evening is simply this. Where do you see yourselves 1 year from today? Have you ever given that question a thought? We're going to explore that today.
Well, I mean, going at the rate I going, although I said that my goal is to find community and not go back to jail, at this point, it like you're gonna end up back in jail because they ain't got nobody out here for me. So, I like going back to jail in a year. So,
I'm hearing a level of frustration in your voice. Well, we're hoping that these sessions would be able to put your mind frame in such a way that you will not go back a year from now. Thank you for sharing, Alex.
In a year, I would like to be in a place where I can trust again. You know, many times persons will say to you, oh, I will help you, especially those in authority. But then when you really need them, they're nowhere to be found.
I guess in a year, I would like to just be able to still be home for my children, watching them grow, develop and do some work as individuals, and not body anyone in that time period.
I never really considered a year from now, so I don't know. More concerned with like tomorrow, like ain't no guarantee it can be here in a year, so it only takes to think about a year, so it's not something thought about.
I suppose. In a year, I really not sure. This is the truth. I really not sure. In a year, I would like to be, yeah, I guess normal. Just like to be normal again, you know. You know, I mean, I already know how I got in the situation, so I would really just like, I would like it to make sense. That's all. So I could move on, you know?
Anybody has any comments they wish to share?
No, no.
Carlos? I noticed that you lowered your head when we were talking about sharing the goals for next year.
Yeah, I did. Because that's a lot that you're asking me. Like, I just barely trying to survive today. And you asking me about a whole year from now? That's a lot to think about. I haven't thought about it. I just, yeah, just trying to make it today. So I haven't a clue what to tell you about for a year from now. Like, what's that? I really don't know. Maybe a whole life thing. I know. I just here.
Okay. So, since the majority of you seem not to, from what I am hearing, a year from now seems to be a large chunk. So let's focus on what you would do in the next 24 hours. Let's look there. What do you see yourself doing in the next 24 hours?
Surviving.
Well, when you got children, things tend to become automatic after a while. See, I am a single parent, so I had to find a job quickly after I came out. So I support these two children so they go to school. Basically, next 24 hours is get them ready for the next day, put them to bed, get them to school on time, then try to get to work on time. Even though it's a part-time job, I'm still trying to see if I can convince the people to put me as a full-time. Because that's when they get a little more money. Money's coming in. All right, that's basically it. And press pause, repeat, and continue like that. Just hope for the best.
Your life seems full.
It is. It is. I'm just trying my best not to mess it up. Honestly. Yeah.
I would like to be where he is. I already know what I'll do next. I think you know what? I think I just got a good reason for being here. Because I think if I knew what to do the next 24 hours, I wouldn't be here. I think that's my problem. I just don't know. Nothing, you know, people I used to connect with, you know, I could have been going to work, but I can't work anymore. Maybe I could hang out with somebody, but nobody really want to hang out with me no more, you know. So yeah, yeah, 24 hours. Yeah, well, you know.
And I mean, I feel you because me coming out of jail and ain't got that type of community. I know what I'm going to do in the next 24 hours. That's the truth. That's literally the truth. So to say that, to actually give an answer would be stupid of me. 'Cause I know if survive is actually an answer, but smoke, I know, I just don't know.
Honestly, next 24 hours, not to get picked up by the police.
I see.
Yeah, I understand. Adrian did that.
I'm glad that you're opening up today. This is a very good start. Is there anything else anybody wishes to share? So what I'm hearing, Mark, is that you're sharing similar sentiments to Aeneas. That you just want to be able to get your life together. And Aeneas, I'm hearing that you feel as though you just need that extra step to be able to take care of your children and to be able to just handle life.
Yeah. More money is always better. They just foolish people.
And I notice your anxiety about just not being picked up by the police. So my question is, based on what you've all said, are your current behaviors helping? Are your current behaviors today, are they helping your goal or are they hindering your goal? That is the question.
That's a big one, dude.
If it's a big one,
I ain't got that self control, yeah. So I walk down the road. You see something I like, I might just pick it up, and then police back down to me. So that self control thing, you gotta get there. Rough to all.
See, that's the problem. You just don't even deal with it. To other people.
Depending on you.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I gotta make sure this works. Right? But I tell you, it's just foolish people. What's running them out? You understand? That's what they get in trouble in the first place. You understand? But instead, I'm trying my best to do a little self-control. You understand? Because you don't want children scared of you. You want children to love you.
Yeah.
You understand? When people talking, telling children things they're not supposed to hear. You understand?
What you gonna do?
I like to shut them up. That's what I like to do. Because like the children staring at me randomly. You understand?
Yeah.
Fear. They want a reason to scared of me. Why are you scared? Tell me.
Foolish self control.
Nonsense. That's what I wanted. That's all. Anyway. That's what it. That's what.
Thank you for sharing.
We just like to talk, yeah? We just like to talk. We just like to talk. It's, you know, and but they know what to say and what not to say. Why am I here?
Thank you for sharing, Mark. Hey, I'm noticing some hesitation and uncertainty with being here. But as the sessions go along, I'm positive that you'll find your purpose. George, I noticed that you've been quiet.
You asked about 24 hours. And then my next 24 hours is just to train not to play with my parents. And that's all I could think about. So there's nothing really else to consider. Because it's like, they made me come here. They don't want anybody to know that I'm here. But I have to come here so that I can stay with them and there's nowhere else for me to go. But at the same time, it take them shaming me because I get caught with drugs that I like. They make me feel good. Them don't like it. Them shaming me. And we always fight people thing.
So my question to you is, when you think of your behavior in the last 24 hours, is that behavior moving in a positive direction, or is it hindering you from your progress of what you want to be able to accomplish?
In the last 24 hours, I also I didn't do nothing because literally all I did was argue with them. There was nothing else that I did. Like, I got a part-time job, but that's not every day. So like the days that I'm not working are the days that I'm home. And I guess having a part-time job is beneficial, but that's just a part of it because I still have to go back home. I still have to be around people that shame on me and judge me everything. So,
Thank you for opening up and sharing with us. We really do appreciate it. So, what I want for us is that we're going to track each and every one of your progress. Okay, I want you to record what you want to accomplish in the next year. I also want you to write down what you have done in the past 24 hours. And I also want you to reevaluate that and to ask yourself, and I want you to write this down because when you have a plan and you put it on paper, it brings it more to reality. And as we go forward, Terrence, I hope that you feel more comfortable reintegrating into society and not being afraid to be picked up. And I need you to really sit down and to think about your actions in the last 24 hours and to ask yourself if those actions would lead to you being picked up by the police or not. And yes, I noticed that you are trying really hard to keep everything together, especially for the sake of your children. And I like the fact that you recognize that you need to exhibit self-control. And the plan that we'll put in place will be able to put everything down on paper so that you can see it. And you'll be deliberate in making sure that you do the right thing. Mark, I know you're still uncertain. We understand that you are uncertain. And I hope that as you put your plans on paper and as we continue in this session, that your purpose you actually see your purpose and recognize what it is. George, I know that if your parents is difficult at this time. However, as we go through these sessions, you'll learn other coping skills that you will be able to use so that your time with your parents is a little bit easier to manage. Alex, I know you're still uncertain and you're not sure about your community support, but you have a community here. And I'm sure that as you keep coming, that you would feel more welcomed and that we would be able to help you with some coping skills so you'll be able to go out into your community and be a positive impact. And Carlos, we are proud of you. You are here. And we know that you have some issues with your anger and not being able to manage it. But as we go through these sessions, I am sure that you will gain some skills that you'll be able to manage and to cope, especially in difficult times. So we want to meet next week. Remember on your way out that you will take up your tracking progress. And we are hoping that we see you again. So good evening, everyone.
You